Okay, after applets and applet lifecycle, let's see the AWT components and frames. AWT components contains several user interface elements like buttons, labels, list, checkboxes, and so many things. These items will be added onto the frame. Okay, just like applet, now we are going to create the frames. These frames are generally used to create forms or any user interface elements. Okay, and one more point to be discussed is these AWT are specific to the operating system. Means the components we create, it will take the shape of elements similar to the operating system. Means the way the elements of operating system will look, these elements will take the shape of those elements. Means if it is Windows, these components will look like Windows components. If the operating system is Mac, these components will look like the elements of Mac. They are dependent of the operating system, and that's why they becomes heavyweight. Okay, let's create frames. Okay, there are two ways we can create the frames. One is by extending the frame class. There exists a frame class, we can extend that, or we can create object of the frame class and we can use that frame object. Okay, this will be the frame. On the top of frame we will be adding the different components. Okay, see here, first one is using the association with the frame. We have created a class called myFrame. In the main method, if you observe, we are creating object for the frame class. The frame exists in the AWT package. We have imported that package and we are going to create a frame class. This is the reference for the frame F. Apart from the frame, we are going to create two more components. One is button. To create button, in the AWT there is a class called button. New button of text. This text will appear on the button. And label. If we want to display any text on the frame, let's say this. See, while creating the forms, if there is a text box, there will be some information before the text box, right? What is the content to be written in the text box? Whether we need to write name, branch, or anything, we should provide some information regarding the text box, right? If there is any text that we want to display on the frame, generally we will create using the label component. Okay, that is the label here. We are going to display a text called frame association. Okay, in line 8 we have created a button. In line 12 we have created a label. Okay, then there is a method called setBounds. On the frame, where is this? See, on the frame, starting from 0, 0 location, the x-axis moves in this direction and y-axis moves in this direction, where the button has to be placed and where this label has to be placed. Whether it has to be placed at the corner, top right side corner, bottom corner, or center of the frame, we need to specify the location. We can specify the location of a component over the frame using the method called setBounds. See, here the first argument value represents the x position, second argument represents the y coordinate, xy positions where the button should start, and then width of the frame and width of this button and height of this button. Okay, we have specified the location of this button, b dot setBounds, this button dot setBounds. Okay, frame is created, the button is created, and we need to place this button over the frame, right? So that's why frame dot add of this button, f dot add of b. Okay, button is created and it is added to frame. In the similar way, we have created a label with some text frame association, and we have specified where the this label should be located on the frame, at x coordinate and at the position 180 y axis. the width of the label should be 120, height is 40. Okay, location is specified, width height is specified. Then again add this label to the frame. So f dot add of L. Okay, button and label both are added to the frame. Then what should be the size of the entire frame? This set bounds sets the width and height of this particular label and this particular button, and these elements will be placed on a frame, right? We need to specify the width and height of the entire frame, total frame also. Here using the method set size, we are going to specify the frame size as 500 width, 500 height. We'll discuss what is layout in the next session. Okay, at present remember it is the layout is null. We are going to specify nothing in set layout. And finally make this frame visible. If we don't specify it as true, the frame will not be visible for us. We should specify the frame as visible of true. Okay. The only difference between these two approaches is here we have created the frame object, and to this frame object we are going to add the components. Okay. In the second approach, we will extend the frame class. We will extend the frame class and we will directly add the components to the frame. First, let's execute this approach. Let's see how the frame will appear and how the components will be added. The label text should be frame association and the button should be click here. Okay, let's execute this one. Okay, Java. The class name is myFrame. Okay, this is the button and this is the label. Okay, fine. Let's see the second approach. Here we haven't extended the frame class. Now let's extend the frame class. I will comment the first approach. Okay, now see. We have extended the frame class. If we extend any class, what happens? All the methods of the parent class will be members of child class, right? Here what are the methods of parent class? Adding a component, right? Frame dot add of component, frame dot set size, frame dot set layout, frame dot set visible. All these are methods of frame class, f dot. Whereas here we are extending the frame. So all the methods of frame will be the methods of myFrame, right? So here you will not be watching frame dot. As we extend the frame, we can directly call the methods add of component, directly set size. There is no need to keep the reference of the frame because the methods of frame will become the members of myFrame. Let's execute this one also. In the main method, we are going to create the object for the myFrame class, new myFrame. Whenever we try to create object for this class, the constructor will be executed, right? New myFrame, and this is the constructor. And within the constructor, we have created two components. One is button, label, set bounds done. Just this is the difference. Previously we have created frame object and added components. Now we are going to directly call the methods add of component, add of button, add of label, set size, set layout, set visible. We can follow any of this approach. Okay. When we want to extend any class, let's say myFrame extends another class, then you go for association. If my class doesn't extend any other class, we can extend the frame class because Java doesn't support multiple inheritance, right? So if we want to inherit any other class, then go for association. If we don't want to inherit any other class, then extend the frame class. It depends on you. You can opt for any choice. Okay. Let's execute this one also. In this, the label text will be extending frame class. Okay, let's recompile this one again. Java C. What's the program name? Example. The class name inside this program is myFrame. See, extending the frame class. Okay, these are the two ways we create the frames. Let's see what are the main components that we can add to a frame. In syllabus we need to cover the button, label, checkbox, list boxes, menu, scroll bar. In general, the radio buttons are not supported in AWT, but we can create using the checkboxes. Let's discuss radio buttons in swings. Okay, the radio button, special radio button classes are defined in swings. There doesn't exist direct radio buttons in AWT. If you want to create any radio buttons, we need to go for checkboxes in case of AWT. Okay. Let's see, button, label, checkbox, list boxes, menu, scroll bar, all these items in a single program. Where is the component? Okay, see, here we are going to create the frames using association. Here we haven't extended the frame class. We have created object for the frame class. Now whatever the components we create, just add them over to this frame. F.add of component, F.add of button, F.add of label, F.add of list, checkbox, and finally set the size for frame, layout as null, visible property as true. If you do 2 programs, it will be enough. You can easily remember these methods. Okay, just now we have discussed buttons, right? We have created a button with the text click me, and these are the position and height width properties of this button. Added that button to the frame. Then a label, the text is CSC label, bones are done. Added this label to the frame. See, the generic names will be the class names only. Java has defined the class names with the real names. For button, they have named the class as button, label as label, and for the text field, they have named the class as text field itself, so that it will be easy to remember. Okay, new text field. See, the list. If it is a button, label, or text field, it will be a single components. When it comes to list, how the list will look? See this one. If we need to select the branch, there will be a heading branch, and inside this list there will be list of items, CSE, ECA, mechanical, and so on. We need to treat them as items, and we need to add them to the list. Let's see how. First, create the list object with number of elements we are going to add to that list. Here I am going to add 5 items to this list, so we have created a list with size 5. Okay, specify where the list should appear on the frame. Okay, set the bounds, then add whatever the elements we want to add to this list. Item 1, item 2, we are going to add these items to the list first. First add the items to list, and then add list to the frame. Okay, list1.add of item 1, item 2, 3, 4, 5, and finally add the entire list L1 to the frame, F.add of L1. Okay, this is how we add list to the frame. Then checkboxes. Let's say we need to opt for a course. There exists C, C++, Java, and so on. We can select more than one course. Then you will choose this one, choose this one. Okay, these are known to be the checkboxes. Okay, if our criteria is that we can opt for more than one choice, then we will go for the checkboxes. Okay, let's say there is list of options, but we need to pick up only one option. Let's say male, female. We need to select the gender. Then either we select male or female. this will be called as radio buttons. Okay, this is the difference between checkboxes and radio buttons. Let's discuss radio buttons in swings concept. Okay, the name is same as in Java. Checkbox. Checkbox is the class name. We're going to create two checkboxes here. First checkbox with the text A, second checkbox with the text B. Okay, make it more visible. Let's create two branches or two courses, C++ and Java. Okay, it will show a checkbox with the text C++. It will show a checkbox with the text Java. Okay, set bounds are done. Then finally add these components to the frame. Frame.add of checkbox 1, frame.add of checkbox 2. Okay, all these components are added to the frame. Finally set the configurations for this frame. Set size, layout null, visible as true. Let's execute this one also. We should see more components with this class. See, there is a button, label, this is a text box, this is a list of items, and finally checkbox. Okay. You have seen button, label, checkbox, and list boxes. Okay, let's cover menu and scroll bar also. Okay. We know menu, right? See here, this is a menu. File is a menu. This file menu contains these are the options. Okay, all these are options. And if you see open containing folder, this is again a sub menu. Explorer, through Explorer or through command. These are the items of the menu. All these are items of menu. And if you come to this open containing folder, it acts as a sub menu. This sub menu contains again two internal menu items. Let's see this case. Okay. To create menu, the class name provided by Java people are menu. This file, edit, search, encoding, all these are menu items. All these are added to the menu bar. The entire top portion is known to be the menu bar. See. Okay, this is the menu bar. Here we have set of menus, menu 1, menu 2, 3 and so on. Okay, like file, edit, view and so on. Each one is a menu item. All these menu items are added to the menu bar. Menu bar. And this menu can contain individual item or a submenu. This submenu contains again menu items. Okay. Let's see how to create. Let's first create the menu bar. Okay. Menu bar is created and the reference for this menu bar is MB. Okay. Every menu we create, we will add to this menu bar. Okay. We are going to create a menu with the name menu itself. And to this menu, we have created 3 menu items. Item 1, 2, 3. Where to add these menu items? Do we directly add them to the menu bar? No, right? Add these menu items to the menu, then add the menu to menu bar. Okay. These menu items will be added to the menu. Menu reference is MENU menu. Menu dot add of I1, I2, I3. First 3 are direct items and the fourth one is submenu. So again we have chosen the menu class. Menu submenu is equals to new menu of submenu, and to this submenu there are 2 items associated Item 4, item 5 are added to the submenu. Okay, 4 and 5 are added to submenu, and this submenu is added to the top menu. See, submenu dot add of I4, I5, then add this submenu to the top menu. Okay, and finally add the menu to the menu bar dot add of menu, and finally frame dot set menu bar of menu bar object. Okay, that's all. Let's see how the UI will look like. See, this light grayish color indicates the menu bar. On the top of this menu bar, we have added the menu. The first 3 elements are direct menu items. Okay, the first 3 are direct menu items, and the fourth one is menu dot add of submenu, right? The fourth one is submenu, and to the submenu we have added item 4 and item 5. Okay, item 4 and item 5. Then this menu bar is added to the frame. Menu bar is added to the frame. That's all. Okay, after this menu, let's see the scroll bar examples also. See, you know scroll bar, right? How the scroll bar will look like? If there is a long text file at the right corner in Word document or any PDF, we'll see this one, right? This is scroll bar. We can drag it up or down so that our UI will be scrolling up and down. Let's see how to create this scroll bar. What is the class name to add this scroll bar? The scroll bar that exists in the AWT package is scroll bar. Okay. Okay. We have created the scroll object for the scroll bar, set bounds for the scroll bar, add the scroll bar to the frame, set the properties of frame. Let's see how the scroll bar will look like. See, this is the scroll bar. You can scroll the contents up or down. Okay. These are the most of the elements that we are commonly using in the AWT. Okay, buttons, labels, checkboxes, list boxes, menu, and scroll bar. Okay, in the next we will discuss about the layouts, and then we will move on to swings and event handling. Till now, what are the components or frames we have seen? They are just static. They are just visible over the frame. If we perform any action, we will not get any response. We have created frame and we have added button. If we click on that button, no action will be being performed, right? If we want to perform any actions on the button click or scroll up and down, we need to handle the events. We will discuss them in the next session. Okay. Okay. Let me show you how the swing components will look like. Till now we have just seen the AWT components. Let me show you how the swing components will look like. J scroll bar. first I will execute without compiling scroll bar, so that you can see the AWT scroll bar component. See, this is how the AWT scroll bar looks like. The Swing components are next version to this AWT. They will be having a rich look than the AWT components. Let's see scroll bar example.java. See, it's very short, right? When compared to AWT, this is the difference between AWT component and a Swing component. Everything that exists in AWT will be existing in the Swings also. They will have a much rich look than AWT components. And with respect to syntax, we need to add the letter J. The letter J indicates it belongs to the Swing components. And the AWT components will exist in AWT package, and the Swing components will exist in the package javax.swing. Okay. Let's discuss layouts in the next session.